Yesterday, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that the stance of the Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association needs to be sought over the Supreme Court's decision regarding former Secretary of Defence Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The Prime Minister's statement was the centre of discussion in the political fora today.
The issue is that the Cabinet will not have an opportunity to have its say on this. I cannot wait until October to provide answers to this. That is the problem I have. This matter will be taken up again in October. We have to provide answers. We as a government need to obtain the stance of the Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association in this regard.
Issuing a communique, the Jatika Hela Urumeo or the JHU says that the statement made by the Prime Minister challenges the power of the Supreme Court. The communique issued bearing the signature of Media Secretary of the JHU, Nishant Sri Warnasinghe, states that the Prime Minister's statement has undermined the judiciary of the country. The communique reads that if summons were not received as stated by the Prime Minister, this statement has been made casting aside the opportunity to prove claims before the Supreme Court to make the decision void and subject it for re-examination. The JHU further elaborated on this matter at a press conference today.
This is a serious matter. We elected this government. The Prime Minister has challenged the decision reached by the Supreme Court. He says that the stance of the Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association needs to be obtained on this. This clearly shows that Ranil Wickremesinghe has no faith in our judicial system. If there are issues with regard to the justices and their actions, and if there is a feeling of any personal interest on this matter, it needs to be discussed inside the country. It needs to be done within the constitutional framework. If not taking this matter before the international community is a matter of bringing disgrace to the sovereignty of the country and the law of the country. I believe that seeking the stance of the international community on this matter is serious in nature. This should not have been said by the Prime Minister.
ඒක මං හිතන්නේ ගරු අග්‍රාමාත්‍යතුමා විසින් නොකළ යුතු.
නීතිපති දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම එතනදී ඒ ප්‍රකාශය කළා ඒකට විරුද්ධ වෙලා.
The Attorney General's Department could have objected to it at that moment and could have sought more days. I can say that there are only a handful of persons at the AG's department who have the strength to speak on such serious legal matters. Normally, if a government provides the AG's department full access to a legal matter pertaining to the government, there is a high possibility of that case being postponed and being defeated.
The leader of this government has made a warning to the Supreme Court. Not only has he insulted and disgraced the courts. Therefore, my request is that the attention of all who love the judiciary needs to be directed to the statement made by the Prime Minister on the Supreme Court.
The verdicts that have been provided are being laughed at by the politicians at the top level of the country. They are also undermining the decision, citing that the decisions are wrong. They are saying that providing bail and preventing the arrest is wrong. Equality should prevail.
As people who respect and have faith in the law of the country, we condemn this statement. The law has to be accepted irrespective of your position.
The Prime Minister looks at everything in an international perspective. There is a possibility of clearing all issues by discussing it with the Supreme Court. So if he is working under the influences of the international community, there is a possibility that the tenure of this government will be short-lived. The court decision was also discussed at a meeting at Temple Trees today.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa මැතිතුමාගේ පෙත්සම හම්බුණා. ඒක පිටු 600ක් තියෙනවා.
The petition of Gotabaya Rajapaksa was filed. It consists of 600 pages. I provided it to my attorneys to go through it. I was provided the copy that was submitted to the cabinet. I have not received any order. As far as I can say, no order has been released by the Supreme Court. So if this matter will be taken up in October, justice will not be served. If this will be taken up under a new cabinet that will be accountable to a new parliament. If an interim order needs to be issued, there needs to be 3 judges. Therefore, there is an issue over the interim order. I informed my lawyers and additional secretary of the Prime Minister's office to discuss this matter with the Attorney General and inform about this matter to them. It was reported in the media that an arrest cannot be made because of the interim order and not a stop to the investigations. Therefore, this needs to be discussed with the Attorney General. If Article 132 of the Constitution is not executed, will it not affect the police? That needs to be discussed with the Attorney General.
ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙලා නැත්නම් ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම එහෙම තහනමක් පොලිසියට බලපානවද නැද්ද කියන එක. ඒක නීතිපතිතුමා එක